Hello, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to talk about twisted jug handles. Let me show you one like that. Yep. Sometimes it's like two strands that have just been coiled around each other, and sometimes it's like the surface has been incised and then it twisted afterwards. So yeah, it's and sometimes it's difficult to tell which one it is. But I don't have millions of jugs to show you. I'll have a few, and when I've seen these on sort of like Victorian, early Victorian looking jugs, I'm thinking early Victorian. I'm thinking third quarter of the 19th century. You know, sort of like 1850 to 1875. That's what's in my head all the time. I spend a lot of time looking at catalogues and looking things up and stuff like that, but and that's what was in my head, but I never actually checked. You know, you don't positively go, yeah, I'm going to look for twisted jug handles and see what's the time period. So for this video I did that exercise. I've looked at quite a lot of different catalogues, a lot of retail catalogues as well as manufacturing ones, and yeah, so it fits with that kind of date really. Might go a little bit longer than that, but yeah, it pretty much is third quarter. And so what we will do is I'll show you some of my findings from research. Yes, I'm doing research. Oof. And then we'll have a look at my glass, just for, because everybody likes looking at the glass, just to show you what I'm talking about. And it's glass, it's nice, yes. Anyway, let's get on and have a look at a few catalogues first. So I'm starting by showing you something that's pre-twisted jug handles. This is Apsley Pellat's catalogue for 1838. It's one of the earliest sort of like catalogues of this type that I've got. So they've got how many? They've got 10 jugs in here. None of them have got a twisted handle, so that's, you know, fairly conclusive. At this point, they were a high-class maker, so you'd thought they would be up with the designs, etc., etc., and there are none. So yeah, and this is downloaded from the Corning Museum of Glass online reference library. So that's where I'm starting with none. This is my first hard reference I'm showing you. So this is a page from the catalogue for the Great Exhibition. So I think it's 1851, and there's only one jug in there. So I've got like about 20 odd pages and probably, you know, about 10, 15 jugs or something like that. Only one, which I would say falls in the category, and it's this one here. In fact, the twist starts halfway down. You see it's just like two pieces of glass just twisted together and then made into the handle. So yeah, and this is the company's Messrs. Lloyd and Summerfield of Birmingham. And yeah, I've never heard of this company before, apart from in the Great Exhibition. Companies, you know, they might run for like 10, 20 years and change hands, change names, so it probably re-emerged as a different company, because once you've built the infrastructure, you've got the staff, you've got all the kit, you've built your cone, etc., etc., for firing the glass and all this kind of stuff, or not firing the glass, for melting the glass. If you go bust, someone else moves in, snaps it up at auction, and on they go. So it could be that this became another company very shortly afterwards. Looking at a page from whitefriarsglassworks.com, and this is the Whitefriars 1860 catalogue. So I've got 2 pages to show you. On this page, I think we've got 2 jugs with twisted handles. We've got this one and this one, but we have another page and there's 8 on here, I think. So we've got this one. I can't make these any bigger than it is. It's just the way this website's built. So we've got these 3 here have all got twisted handles. You've got that one, and that one, and then this one and this one. So yeah, by 1860, it's, I would say, overall, of the 2 pages of Jugs, about a quarter of them have got the twisted handles. So yeah, it's becoming quite fashionable at this point. Got another download from the Corning Museum of Glass, and yeah, so this is the Philip Pargeter catalogue. I think it's for 1875, and there's a lot of jugs in here, and there are several with twisted handles. Here's one here. If we scroll, these ones are like really tightly twisted. These might be incised. I don't know. It might be that they're not incised, just more tightly twisted. They're a bit weird though, the way the handles are done, just in a loop like this. I can make this bigger. See what I mean? And then if I scroll down again, I think not on that page, but you see there's like pages without any. Scroll, and then you've got a couple here. And then if I scroll some more, I think there are more. Yeah, there's another one. There's none on that. You see what I mean? There's less proportion. That's the end of it. So, and I think if I was to go back up, I think there's one more one, but there's quite a few pages to get to it. And I didn't want to scroll through lots of pages. So there's a lot of jugs here, and probably less than a fifth of them, I would say, have twisted handles. So yeah, it shows you that it's going down. This is the Robinson and Skinner catalogue from 1870, and in here we have a jug. There aren't many jugs in this catalogue, full stop, but there's only one jug that has a twisted stem. It does say 1870 to 1900, but I think this is an earlier design anyway than 1870. So yeah, we've got one with a twisted stem. Here with another catalogue. This is from the Thames Cut Glassworks from 1890, and there are none. There's quite a few jugs on this page. I think this is all of the jugs. Yeah, so this is all the jugs, but none of them have twisted handles. And I'm seeing the same thing in other catalogues from this period. I'm not going to go through catalogue after catalogue to show you no twisted stems, but yeah, they seem to have completely died out by 1890. So I think the peak period is that 1860 to 1870. So let's get on and have a look at a few jugs now. These are the first 2 jugs I'm going to show you, and I will count these as tightly twisted, and they're very different from each other, and the way the handles are treated are very different. Let me show you the first one, so you can see here, if I can get it in focus. And yeah, so this is done the old-fashioned way, and all of the jugs are like this, are done that way, where basically the jug handle is attached to the top as a strip of basic glass is made, but this time it's a twisted strip, and then it's attached to the top and then pressed down at the bottom. You can see here that actually the twisting went beyond the end of here, and actually you can actually see the little ridges in the glass where it's actually attached, so there's like little steps. And actually on this side it's going the other way. But that's the first one. And this one is kind of similar, but instead of having a round profile, they've flattened this. So I think they flattened it before they attached it. So they've attached it here at the top, bent it, create an angle, bent it again, and then it's funny enough, the way the bottom is attached look kind of similar. This is quite a cool jug. It's got some posh dude's initials on it, painted on it. And actually, in fact, they've put a little twist in the stem of the stopper too, just to keep it like a coherent design. So there you have. Those are the first two I'm showing you, and I would count those as more tightly twisted. And I'm looking at them now, and I'm thinking actually these stems started out as two pieces of glass that were twisted quite tightly. I said some of them. Let me show you. Let me pull something on the shelf. Some of them might have started like this. Hang on, get it to focus. Yeah, and then this was twisted. So this is not. This is just like it's squeezed out of a, like one of those cake mixer thing, cake piping things, and yeah, and then I think some of them are like this but twisted, and but that, I don't think that counts. I think what I'm really looking for are the ones where it's two pieces of glass, lozenges of glass, that have been twisted and pulled to create this effect. These are the other two jugs I'm showing you. I think the first two jugs are probably closer to the 1870 end of the range, and I think these are closer to the 1850. And yeah, we'll start with this one. And you can see the two pieces of glass, if I can get it to focus. There you go. You can see they're kind of like loosely intertwined around each other. Pressed at the end. But yeah, different technique. I think the other one was very tightly twisted and just cut off, but I think actually they probably didn't twist the end. I think they've probably just got these two strips and just wound them round each other, and then the end, not at the end, then they've pressed that onto the jug. And then I've got this one, which has a similar technique where, yep, you can see it's like loosely twisted, pressed at the end. The waffly look there, that's come from the surface of the jug. But yeah. So I think both of these are closer to 1850 than they are to the sort of like 1870, 1880 range of the making of these jugs. And I think these are just so cool. And yeah, I've bargain hunted these off eBay or somewhere. I think this one came off eBay, and I think I got that from an antique centre somewhere. Because people don't recognise that when a jug is done like this, from this to this end, means it's probably pre-1880. So you're talking about a jug that's probably at least 150 years old, and the rarity goes up because the way this jug is made from top to bottom like this, I think is more delicate than the other way. That's why they changed it. And so the quantity of them that look like this drops off significantly, more than you'd expect with just a change in the timeline. Anyway, so that is the glass I have. So there you have it. As I was trying to explain, those types of jug are quite rare. I think I've got 5. I have another one, but it's not English, so I'm not including that because I didn't do a massive analysis of what's going on the continent. It's a French one, and it's later as well, so they were making them later on the continent, but I'm not going to go down that path because I've got hundreds of catalogues and
Yes, so, but I know how it is for England because, yeah, I've looked at quite a few retail catalogues. I've also got my books and I was looking through those and they kind of correlate with that as well. So anyway, so they're not common. They're quite hard to find and quite often of their time, they're very stylish and people want a lot of money for them. So if you see one and it's going cheap, snap it up like I did. I don't know what they should be selling for, not for the prices I've paid, but yeah, it's just another one of those little antique glass quirks to watch out for. So I think that's about it now. So all references that I used, I will put them in the description below. And what else? Yes, and please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.